Hello there, I'm a beautiful guys, gals, my pals. I'm Danny, and today we're over here already at the desk because my room is kind of a mess right now. Sorry about that. And today we're actually doing another Let's Draw, and we're drawing a fox because if you remember, a while back I did the fox using pastels. It was my first time using pastels, or pastels, however you say it. And I was looking at that and I was like, I really want to draw another fox, now with color pencils, which you know is my favorite art supply. So now we're doing this, and also because I'm planning on doing some other videos drawing foxes and I want to, compare them. You'll see when, that happens. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Okay guys, so this is gonna be kind of a weird voiceover because I wasn't sure what to talk about. I don't have any story that relates to foxes or anything, but then I remember that I kind of do, so this is going to be weird. Also, before I start, if you see any changes in the time-lapse, on lighting and stuff, it's because I actually had to make some pauses during the drawing. It took me a while to do, and eating is kind of a necessity, so I had to stop and eat something once in a while. So yeah, about foxes, well, they're actually my favorite animal. They've been for a while. Now if someone asks me, I'll probably say dogs, but I always really like foxes, because growing up, Pokemon, my favorite Pokemon was Vulpix, that is the fire Pokemon. That's also a fox, and he was really cute, and I had this card of him that I love that my brother gave me. And so at school, whenever we would play anything that involved us being animals, I would always be a fox. And sometimes we'd actually play Pokemon, and Vulpix was always, my Pokemon, clearly, because he's the best. He's the pre-evolution to Ninetales. It's the first generation one. And I kind of started thinking about it and remembered that time, because I wouldn't just pretend to be a fox with cosplay and paint our faces or anything. No, we'd get on our hands and knees and pretend to actually be animals and have animal lives, kind of. Not in a weird way, but just pretending to be animals in a forest. And I think in my mind I was a fox in a forest, even though I was just a weird kid on her hands and knees on the floor getting all her clothes dirty. But I remember my grandmother telling me, and I was still in primary school at this time, but she told me that I was too old to play those games anymore, to pretend I was a fox. And I was really hurt by that, because I've always been someone who loves using her imagination to create stuff. You guys know that. I use that for drawing and creating characters, but I also loved doing that as a kid. And, being a fox, it wasn't I knew I wasn't a fox. It was just, instead of playing with dolls and making lives for them, I wanted to be the doll. This sounds weird, but I wanted to make an imaginary life for myself. And I still do that today, so whenever I do a character design, I try to come up with a backstory in my head, and I'm not sure if in my head I become the character or I see them, but in a way I become them, and I start thinking like them, not like myself. And I think this is an ability that's very helpful for writers in particular, and people who create characters, because it's basically a great way to get to know your character and therefore express them and their opinions and personality more clearly to people. And I honestly was pretty sad that my grandmother told me that I couldn't do that anymore, because I wasn't it wasn't something I did every day, just once in a while. And one day we were at the beach and I felt like doing it, because a kid just wants to play and stuff. And I felt really sad, because it's negating that part of myself that was so creative and imaginative. And maybe I shouldn't be doing that in public, but we were alone at that beach, so I don't think I was really in public. But anyway, I don't do that anymore. I still do that in my head, imagining myself as the character or imagining the characters in my head. But as a kid I just took that into the real world, and in the real world. I can't talk today, I already told you that. But I think it's interesting, because a lot of what I did back then inspires me now, so I always pretended to be animals. Even when we were playing house, I was the pet or whatever. So, and I think that inspired me. That's why I draw animals so much, especially foxes, because I love foxes and dogs. Those are the animals I pretended to be back then. I don't know, I didn't really have a story to tell related to foxes, so I kind of just wanted to go on a rant. Sorry if it's really boring or whatever, but let me know if you've been through something similar, because it's interesting and I feel like it changed myself a bit. I mean, it helped develop my imagination and my feelings towards animals and stuff, and I think that's important. And my mom just got home and she's gonna bang the door and you're going to hear that, because I'm currently recording a fucking video! And now my dog is barking, so I'm going to end this voiceover sooner than I imagined, because my mom said she was gonna be here on half an hour, but she arrives early, so bye guys! Are now done. Ta-da! Look at it. Can you see it? I really like it, especially the eyes. Here you go. Yeah. And yeah, thanks for watching as always. And if you like the video, remember to leave a big like and subscribe to the channel, because I'm trying to get back into making videos twice a week. Now that the classes are ending, I have more time and I'll try to do that again. And yeah, thanks to my editor Milky for editing the video. And I think that's all. I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye!